I'm going to share today how I have tweaked my recipe for what I call Guthrie's, but of course it's not real Guthrie's, it's just homemade chicken fingers. Hi guys, I am sharing a chicken finger recipe. It's one of our family favorites, but with a keto twist. My husband is a graduate of Auburn University, and the first year and a half of our marriage, he was finishing up his degree, and one of our favorite places to eat when we were in Auburn was Guthrie's Chicken. And while living overseas, it was not something that we could ever have. So I ventured into the world of cooking from scratch, and that has helped me a lot now with my keto diet. So I'm going to share today how I have tweaked my recipe for what I call Guthrie's, but of course it's not real Guthrie's, it's just homemade chicken fingers. But I do have my own sauce that is kind of similar to theirs, and I'm going to share that with you too in this recipe. Hope you guys enjoy it.
So we're going to begin with making our homemade Guthrie's sauce. This is also similar to Jack's come-along sauce, I believe is what they call it. So we're going to start off with a half cup of mayonnaise and a half cup of ketchup. And to that, we're going to add a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to blend that all together, all these wet ingredients. And then we're going to move on to the dry ingredients. We're going to start with a half teaspoon of onion powder. And these are not super exact measurements. I'm just roughly using a teaspoon. Another half teaspoon of garlic powder. And then the key ingredient to all this is a full teaspoon of finely ground black pepper. Combine all that together, mix it up till it's really smooth, and then we're going to set this aside while we start our chicken mixture. Now for our dry mixture, we're going to start with 2 cups of crushed pork skins. I like the Max brand, if that makes any difference to you. To that, we are going to add 1/4 cup of almond flour. Then 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. Again, this doesn't have to be super exact, just rough measurements. Then we're going to add a half teaspoon of garlic powder, a half teaspoon of onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, a little smoked paprika, and then we're going to mix all that together by hand just so it's roughly combined. Then I'm going to take 3 fresh eggs, crack those open in a bowl and mix them together. And this is how we're going to wet the chicken fillets. Then I'm taking each chicken tender dipping it in the egg mixture, and then rolling it and patting it down in the breading mixture. I've made 3 large strips out of each one of my chicken breast. So basically out of this recipe I ended up with 9 large chicken strips. So once you have all of those breaded, I'm going to move those into a frying pan that has been pre-warmed and has about a 1/4 cup of avocado oil. This I prefer because you could use olive oil, but it has a stronger taste, and avocado oil is a much milder flavor. After they've cooked on one side for about 3 minutes, I'm going to turn those over, cook them on the second side for an additional 3 to 4 minutes maybe, depending on the thickness and size of your chicken strips. And there you have it, the first serving. Usually 2 strips is a pretty whopping size. Serve that alongside some coleslaw and your dipping sauce, and it is totally yummy and very few carbs there. Happy eating.